Good day, everybody. This is Dragon Lover Maniac. I'm tired and I'm cold. That's why I have this freaking heater in front of me. Literally, I have my heater. I like the warmth. Anyway, and it turned off. Anyway, I always try to be funny in serious situations, to lighten situations, but now to actually get to bloody serious situations, as you can tell from the title. So there's been a lot of things happening on the server that I've been playing on a lot, like, ooh, freaking heck. So, first, that catfishing. Well, the first one was someone got broken up and was very upset. So I had to stay with that person for, I think, 3 hours. I just sat there right next to the person. Of course, I had to do all the things to get her mom and stuff, but I just made my character stay there. And I didn't do very much fun and stuff. I just sat there being there for her. Because I'm not good at talking and stuff. I'm just there for her. And the second one will be the catfish. And now the third one was the harshest one of them all. Trying to convince someone else suicide. Yeah, I just recently just did that. Ooh. I'm praying that I'll be able to see him today. Yesterday night was the one when it all happened. And I'm praying I'm able to see him. Hopefully he doesn't make that choice. Clearly he was really in a bad state and he was very broken. So much suffering is happening. Luckily, I'm very mentally strong and have strong willpower that I'm able to help resist the sadness and stick and try to give my guidance that I suffer through, like I talked about my mom and stuff, and try to fight through this hardship for others. I'm like sacrifice so much of my mental sanity for the sake of others. And I've just got a message, hi. Oh, sorry for that skip, had to do something. So yeah. Suicide? Boy. It's very hard to resist that feeling and such once you have your downhill motion of having that. I had to do so much begging for him to get out of it. So, first, the breakup thing, I have a similar experience, but I didn't get into a deep relationship, but I was pretty fond. There was girl, I'm just gonna be bluntly out there and stuff, so, I don't know her age, so I should have asked, but, probably once I did go into a relationship, I would have asked for her age. Then, if it was actually in proper age, then I would have said, okay, I actually can't do this, but I'm not that dumb. So, the girl I've been talking about here in the videos, if you've been watching them, Blossom, yeah, she... That very well. Yeah, I'm fucking tired. Oh. Don't you just hate feeling tired? Anyway, back to seriousness. The thing is, I was very close to asking her to be my girlfriend, actually, but then she ended up going back down the bad hill she was not in a good state, and a few times I actually, like, defriend her. I gave her so many chances, and then I just said, enough is enough. But then I gave her one last shot, and she looked like she improved a whole lot. But then next I knew, she backtracked to where she was in the beginning. And she lost her staff, and she attacked, and like saying like, oh, you wouldn't care because You think I'm a liar. I said what I was actually saying. It's like, you may been honest, but it seems like you are manipulating the truth to benefit yourself, which I have so far seen like she's been doing, from what I heard and seen personally myself. And she likes to try to cause a teeny bit of drama at times, which is a bit. So I thought she was trying to fix herself, but she went back and said that, and I was like, okay, I had enough. I thought I could handle you, but apparently I could not, so I ended up blocking her completely, which is very sad. But commitment for that long, seeing her be that's now I'm talking about a girl who got dumped. Oof. It's really, I'm keeping names and secrets only to myself, but I'm just telling you my experience so far from what I've been seeing on this server. It's like, whew, I didn't expect this server to be having this kind of drama. I'm used to the server I was staff on, they used to be conflict with each other about staff problems and not and such, but this is real IRL problems that I'm actually getting myself into. Like, ooh, there's a whole new level of drama I didn't expect to be getting myself into. But I'm a fighter, and I'm there for people who is in need and who is sad and stuff and depressed. So I'm fighting to be there when they need it, because that's who I am. I'm a good person with a big heart and who wants to help people to get through serious situations. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Did you just hate the average time? It's like 5 gigabytes free of space constantly. It's like, shut up. Anywho, and the next thing is, so now back to the suicide thing. My mom actually went through some of those feelings herself. She had an abusive husband before, not my father. Um, I I think actually no, I think it was a boyfriend. I didn't think they actually married. Did they actually marry? I can't remember. So yes, married that person. So yeah, mm, but that person was abusive. He hurted her, choked her, abused her, like, seriously. But yet she stayed with him. I guess it's kind of like saying blind love, that getting past those things to be with that person. But eventually he started cheating on her, and actually there's one point that she actually got so afraid with him, she had to literally bring a shotgun into the closet, and she took a lot out of her to talk herself out of it. I am bloody serious. And of course, she had a lot of head traumas when she grew up, and this is why now she's in this state, because of so much head trauma happened in the past. Now the repercussions are happening. So that's why she's in the states and such. You, so yeah, even my grandma, with my mom's mother, um, she actually did attempted suicide. She took a whole bunch, all of her sleeping pills that it took. Luckily she was taken to the hospital and her stomach was pumped out to save her from suiciding. And now this one isn't the most closest one. Even my big brother. My mom says that he was very upset, and to her she seems like he was thinking of that too. And he was on the phone talking to her, and then the next thing she heard was a train go by, and she freaked out. But he's okay now. He's actually getting found into someone new, and actually he's getting married, and I am very happy for him. I really am. So I'm seeing personal experience of these problems. And of course, I've been using my set. There is one thing that I'm ticked off that people do this. Like, some people are saying, oh, you're just being attention, or O-R-E, I didn't say the actual word, or, and you get the point what I'm trying to say, that, well, yeah, part of the reason I'm trying to make this be noticed is because I want to spread out this message of hope and stuff, that even though we're all suffering and stuff, there are friends and stuff who is there to help you. And the people who are a-holes and such that tries to bring you down, like, oh, you're just doing this for views and stuff, and yeah. I don't really care if it's for views. I want it to be let out and stuff. Well, the more people that sees this, the more spread out of this awareness and help using the drama I've been going through, help ease the pain for someone else that needs it the most. There. The people who using drama, like showing like these big YouTubers going through these traumatic stuff, and they're using that to use that drama for entertainment. I'm using my drama to help ease the pain and help people who needs it. Not use it for personal gain. I'm helping to save others who may be suffering just as much. Some people just want to be ignorant and thick-headed and think that's points of what I'm doing these kind of things when it's not. I'm just here to, and when someone's there, I am here to be there when they are in sad need. Heck, even on my staff, I used to be work on Beyond. They were depressed people there too, and I sat there speaking about my personal life and the drama I go through, and yet how it made me a good person and how I'm such a kind thing. It's kind of amazing how much drama I go through, but despite all that, even my mom going through all this pain and stuff, but yet we're so kind and such a big heart. Despite all the suffering, we ignore the pain and just corruption this place gives us, just to have a few moments of good laughs and love each other in such kindness through the worst times. It's amazing how we are able to do that, despite how cruel the world has been to us, and seeing how cruel it's been to other people who are not really strong. It's disgusting. Heck, when I was like speaking to the person who was thinking of suicide, there's just one jerk that kept coming up like, oh, just do a Steam call chat. We don't want to hear this bad things. Oh, he was just being bloody selfish and didn't want to hear anything. If someone is like thinking about suicide and stuff, it's your job to get them out of it, to make them happy. And yet he was being selfish and saying, oh, I don't want to hear these nonsense. Put in a Steam call. He rather turn a blind eye and let people just kill themselves rather than stepping up to save themselves. Even when we did do it, he still go up like, be in a freaking Steam call. Kind of stupid how bad people are these days. It's honestly bad. It's frustrating. But I am so happy and glad I'm not that person at all. I am glad I stand proud of being a good person, a loving guy who's there for whoever needs it. Even though I might not be good advice and such, but at least I sit there. That's what's a good friend. To be a good friend is to actually be one. And that's what I try to do. I might not be a true friend. I might be the greatest friend you may ever know, because I'm not that great in socialization and such, but just me just being there for them that little small thing makes a huge difference for someone else. And that's what I try to do. And that's what you need to focus on the most. Even if it seems like inevitable and things like it's not going to even work, baby steps of goodwill does make difference. It really does. And that's why I have so much friends and such good people in my friends list, because they are so friendly and nice, and I'm proud to have them in my friends list. And but there are some I'm starting to see like turning bad, and I'm not really considering us keeping them. But I just hope they fix themselves and try to be more positive. I hope. Um. So, but the first, but if you're like thinking of suicide and stuff, at least this person was strong enough to call out, like, he was like thinking like he was going to end it and stuff, but he reached out like to hear one more call. But that was very brave and strong of him to actually reach out like that. And fought. I fought so hard talking about my personal life, what my mom goes through, how much I've gone through suffering because of my depression, social anxiety, and low self-esteem, and I'm constantly beating myself up, thinking I'm a horrible person and stuff, and thinking negativity, even though a lot of people saying I'm a good person, but my broken brain set making me think otherwise. It's ridiculous. But I stayed strong, and I gave him that life, and it's like, if I can do it, if my mom can go through it, this pain, you can too. Life's effing sucks. It really does. But you gotta focus and pay attention to the ones who want the good memories while you still can. Clinging on bad memories and stuff, it's just not a good thing. But without that, it wouldn't be good defining you. And people who just like try to turn away from the sorrow and stuff end up just being more bigger jerks and ruder to other people because they don't want to feel the pain. There is one quote that I have gotten. I imagine one of the reasons people cling to their hate so stubbornly is because they sense once hate is gone, they will be forced to deal with pain. James Baldwin. And if you watch my That Dragon Cancer, there's one part that I said, like, reading off my Skype thing, like, the worst people, the people who suffer the most amount of the brightest, the most damage are the wisest, like that. I seriously recommend watching those videos. It's depressing and such, and I think that I'm getting whack of views from it, but it's a good message and you need to listen to it. Just ignoring that kind of stuff, it's not good. I know it's sad and such, but if you just ignore the pain, it will not get better. Keeping your emotions to yourself, not wanting to cry, it just corrupts you. It did to me. I've slowly broken over time, and now I feel like my mind is broken, and I have these depressions because I just kept it in to myself and didn't reach out and such. And I don't understand why people say it's a bad thing to cry. Like people saying, I'm trying to resist to cry and such. Like, it's okay to cry. It doesn't mean you're weak. It just means you're releasing all that toxic inside you from corrupting you more. I didn't hardly cry, and it slowly broke me over time. I know I'm keeping emotion in check to make it not so you break down and stuff and resist all the sadness, but it just slowly corrupts you, and just crying shows that you're human. It's not a bad thing. It just gets rid of the toxins inside you. So cry if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. It just means you're human. People who don't like show that much care shows like that, or sorrow, means they don't really care, but no, that's not true. It just means, because I don't cry that much, but it doesn't mean I don't show that I don't care that much. I do care, even though I might not cry a lot, but because I go through so much sadness and stuff, I don't burst out that much. But But crying makes sure you're human, gets rid of toxin into you, so don't resist crying. If you want to cry, cry like a baby, because there's nothing wrong with that. It's good for you. Holding it in is bad for you. Vampires that suck on it, don't be near them. It's not healthy. And I don't want you to go through the same pain like I did. To be this broken and minded, and if you didn't turn that dark, you might end up just being rude to others and harshness and such. I even spoke to one person who ended up who went through, actually committed suicide, but luckily her mother was there to save her, else I wouldn't be speaking to her to this day. Yeah. And this is the cut-in, but I need to say this before I forget it. If you did commit to suicide, like, you gotta think about the others who you're affecting, your friends, your family. What would they feel after seeing you do that to yourself? You may feel like you were doing easy pain, but you are gonna cause so much suffer for the people who wanted to see you grow up with a beautiful life. If I seen that person I was talking about killed himself, I would have been so unbroken, because feel like I failed, like I didn't do enough to be a good friend and such. What about his family and stuff? How much they will feel like they're seeing him pass away, and the damage it would cause to them. You may think it was just ending it all, but it will just cause much more pain if you do it to the others. So that's why you need to stay strong for them and stay strong for your friends, and that's what you need to focus on too. Fight for them if you can't do it for yourself. It may seem like it's inevitable, but it is possible. Fight for them, fight for your friends, because they believe in you. Even though a lot of people might say that they don't, but there are certain friends, true friends, who are there, who could help you out with these things. Fight for the good friends who cares about you and fights for you. Fight for them, if no one else will for you. And there are people who do care. Focus on them to guide yourself out of this darkness. And she goes through a lot of pain stuff. Even now, I even spoke to this when I was talking about this suicide, trying to get this person out of suicide. The person that was there was actually going through so much pain, talking about her experience. I was just shocked of how much she suffers, but yet she's still so strong and still fighting to this day. I am very proud of her. I am, honestly am. My heart goes out to her. She is very strong, and I'm proud of her. The girl who I said did commit suicide was someone else, but this person who was speaking with me when I was trying to convince this person out the suicide was speaking to that. Heck, even she said she almost attempted it 3 times, but managed to get out of it. My mom attempted a few times suicide, but luckily got out of it. Here's this thing I always say. It's not what you've done defines you who you are. It's how you get out of it what defines you. People rather see what you've done and call you a monster and focus on that instead of seeing what was the backstory of how that happened and how you got out of it. They rather see you, oh yeah, you are this bad person, and just sticks you and keeps that title over your head instead of seeing who you are. The world is just a vampires that just like to suck on the sorrow of people. It's honestly disgusting. Heck, even when Captain Sparkle did a video like how I find about the drama and stuff, eating food. Well, like, that's actually true, because that's what people are, like vampires that just like to suck on the drama for entertainment. It's disgusting. I'm using my drama and stuff to spread awareness and help people who are in need, that is suffering. Like, there are friends, kind of like me, who's out there, doesn't care what you are and stuff, that if you're going through pain and suffering, we are here to help guide you out of it, ease the pain a bit. Even if it might seem like it's not going to work, at least we were there, did our very best, because I would have felt extremely ashamed that I didn't do anything my best I could have done to get that person out of that sad state. If he committed suicide, and I didn't do anything to help try my best to get him out of it, I would have hated myself so much because I didn't do anything. At least I fight for the people who are suffering. I show love. I show kindness for the people who are suffering and who is open to giving their personal life to me. I'll listen deeply, and I will not tell it to anyone else. I am there for you no matter how much the suffering is. I might not be reading the YouTube comments and stuff because of my social anxiety. It's like panic attack wanting to read them. That's why I hardly read them, and I'm very sorry, but at least I try to help whoever is in need. I honestly do. At least I did my best to speak to Elvet and as best as I could, and I'm not ashamed that I did that. But the person, I still hate that person coming up and saying, putting free skin color. People like him is the reason why the society is broken, because they just try to throw people away and not care about them, their suffering and such, and their selfless needs. Fight for good. Fight to help end the pain. There is suffering stuff, but at least if you help ease the pain and help stop it somewhat, or help get people out of their bad state of mind, it's a big difference. I always say the smallest things makes a big difference for someone else. That's why I stick around people, even though I might not say stuff. At least I stayed there, listening to them. Even though I didn't know what comebacks and stuff, I still stayed there for them. Even though I don't know what to say, but I just stick there and stay there. Because that's who I am, a good friend to be there when they need it. That's what I fight for. I am no monster. I am a friend, a loving, caring person. You just can't ignore these things. You need to listen. You need to accept it. This vicious cycle has becoming worse and worse, and it needs to stop. At least I'm the rare people who fight for the goodness while we still can. Even when all it's gone, I still fight. I don't care. There's people out there who still need it, and I'm there for them. Even the thing is inevitable, but I still do it anyway. You need to fight. Even it seems like it's gone. I'm planning on making a song going like how my character Dragon goes through. It's like, hey, when I was thinking the song lyrics in my head, I actually cried because it's kind of basing off of some of my darkness. Yeah. But if you're thinking of suicide and such, reach out and call for help. Just even going, like Matthias says, just going on the street and asking for help, that's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of strength. There are people who is there for you in your darkest times. Even if it may seem like there isn't, Just keep looking, because there is someone out there who will be there for you. You just gotta keep looking. When all else seems gone, there are people who is there. You may not think of it, you may not think you're very strong, but you are. He thought he was not very strong, and he thought he was not going to make it, but I got him out of it, so just please stay strong and fight through the pain. I fight through all this drama and mental breakage, but yeah, I'm still kind and loving because of my strong willpower and strong mind, but I'm not saying like I'm better than you have, no, I'm just saying that if I'm able to resist this sorrow and still be this strong, you can too. So please stay strong. There are people, even like Jack the Sacrifice, like even I do care about you. Markiplier, he cares about you. They want to help out, but can't really. But if no one else believes you, they believe in you. I believe in you. If you can resist this darkness and stuff, you can too. Stay strong and stay loving. Follow your heart. Not what people tell you what to do. Follow your heart and your love. Thank you all for watching. I hope you watch this video, because this needs to get out to people. You can't ignore these things. You can't just turn a blind eye. You need to help fight against this stuff and help guide people out of this darkness and such. It's your job to make society better, not make it worse. It's already bad enough. We need to fix it, not make it worse. Thank you all for watching. This is Dragon Lover Maniac flying off. Spread the love. Spread the love. Bye-bye.